Here is Corner to the World.
Today, we're digging into a recording from an event that, frankly, is a must-listen for anyone thinking about an international career.
It really is. The speakers are Professor Jill, who's got this incredible background with a PhD from NTU and postdoc work in the U.S., and her student host, Liz.
And they just cut right to the chase. This isn't about, fixing a typo on your resume.
Not at all. We're talking about these deep, hidden cultural rules that, if you don't know them, can have huge consequences.
I know.
Jill talks about how these misunderstandings can literally keep families apart for years.
It's intense, and it starts with something that seems so simple. How you introduce yourself on paper.
The autobiography versus the personal statement.
Exactly. Jill points out that in Taiwan, the standard is this long, detailed autobiography.
And when she says long, she means it. People write about their birth, their family, their childhood. Sometimes it's, 10 pages?
10 pages. Can you imagine? It makes sense from a cultural perspective that values, context and your whole story.
But if you send that to a hiring manager in the United States...
It's going straight in the trash. Jill is very blunt about this.
Yeah.
The American personal statement is a sales pitch. It is 1 page, period. They don't want to know who you were. They want to know who you are now and what you can do for them.
So it's a fundamental shift from this is my life story to this is why I am a perfect fit for this specific job.
Precisely. And she gives this brilliant piece of advice on this. She calls it the yearly audit.
Oh, I loved this. The idea is to update your personal statement every single year, even if you're not looking for a job.
Right, because it's not just about being prepared. It's a tool, a self-check.
It's a way to ask yourself, have I actually grown in the last year? Am I still on the path I want to be on? If you can't write a compelling update, that's a huge red flag.
It really is. But, okay, so you nail the personal statement. Then you hit the next cultural minefield.
The reference letters.
The big title trap.
This one is so interesting. The instinct in many places, including Taiwan, is to get a letter from the most important person you can find, the head of the department, the dean.
Because a big title implies a higher level of, endorsement.
But in the U.S.
It can be worthless,
Yeah.
completely worthless if it's generic. Jill says reviewers can spot a template a mile away where they just swapped out the name and the GPA.
So intimacy is more valuable than status.
1,000%. They'd much rather have a letter from a junior professor who actually supervised your project and can give specific anecdotes about your work ethic and problem-solving skills.
They want stories, not just a signature.
They want the human connection, which actually leads perfectly into, I think, the most powerful part of their discussion.
The spouse contract.
Yeah. This is the hidden rule that can literally change your life. It's officially called the Spousal or Partner Hiring Assistance Program.
And it's common in these big U.S. academic hubs, right? She mentions the Research Triangle in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. You've got Duke, UNC Chapel Hill, NC State, all right there. They're competing for top-tier talent.
So if they find someone they really want to hire, they'll actively help that person's spouse or partner find a job in the area, too. It's a talent retention strategy.
And this is where Jill's own story becomes just heartbreaking.
It really does. She talks about how she and her husband, who's also a researcher, lived in different countries for years. That even when they were both back in Taiwan, they were in different cities.
All because they couldn't find 2 good jobs in the same place. And she says, quite openly, that if she had known these spousal hiring programs existed in the U.S., she might never have come back to Taiwan.
Wow. Just think about that. One piece of hidden information could have changed her entire family's life.
It also shows a huge philosophical divide. In Taiwan, hiring a spouse is often seen as, nepotism, a conflict of interest.
Whereas in the competitive U.S. academic market, it's seen as necessary support. You're not just hiring an employee, you're hiring a person who have a life and a family.
Which I think is Jill's ultimate point. You have to research the entire battlefield before you step onto it. A job isn't just a salary.
It's all those hidden contracts, isn't it? The spousal support, the insurance, the things that actually shape your quality of life.
Exactly.
It really leaves you with a pretty challenging question, I think. In a globalized world, are we sometimes prioritizing a rigid idea of fairness so much that we lose top talent who just want to live with their families?
Someone to think about.
Thanks for listening to this deep dive.